surprise. I hope the kids don't mind me not being here for a while, but Mama got to get away for the night. I think with a giggle at what I thought. Hopefully Optimus will be fine watching the kids. No, I know he'll be fine. I say to no one in particular. I pull on my black heels, winching a bit on how it scratches against my toes. I limber up, checking myself out in the mirror. And I must say, I look good in shorts. Just to finish off the outfit, I throw my hair up into a spiky ponytail, apply minimum eyeshadow and blush but heavy on the eyeliner and matte lipstick. I smile, smacking my lips a few times before walking out of my room. Logan. I'm going out with my friends, and you're watching the kids. I grab my clutch, checking my phone quickly. SHT, it's almost 1. Logan. I snap, get over here. What? Logan yells, rubbing his face as he treads into the living room. It's noon 30. People are trying to sleep. I'm going out with my friends for the afternoon, I sigh, and the kids are coming over so they can hang out. You're watching them. I strut to the kitchen, snatching up a list. The kids? Logan squeaks, tripping over the chair. But it's been so long since I've seen them. And that's why you and the Autobots are watching them. I saunter back in front of him. Why them? He groans, flopping into a seat. Anyone but them. I roll my eyes as I hand him the list. This is all the things you need to know. All very simple, and it's not a schedule. I smirk, walking away. But Molly. I growl, looking over my shoulder. I trust you can handle this. Besides, the kids love the Autobots and it's the only place large enough for all of them. But the garage has things I need. I bark. Just drive me over to base. I'll explain it to the bots. I open the front door, hurry up. I slam the door and walk down the sidewalk. Honk. Oh gods. I shriek, jumping up. My heart races against my chest at the blaring noise. My attention jerks up to the red and blue semi parked in my driveway. Are you serious, Optimus? I bark, crossing my arms. Oops. He laughs, before pausing awkwardly. You better think I'm pretty. I think with a raised eyebrow. Why are you all dressed up like that? Optimus asks, almost sounding jealous. I roll my eyes, walking up to the front door. I'm going out with a couple of friends for the afternoon. I smile, checking my nails. Right now I'm waiting for one of them to pick me up in a couple of minutes. I lean on his hood, smirking. He heats up quickly. Is he cute? She is adorable. I giggle, resting my chin on my palm. Optimus chuckles, swinging the front door open. Wait. Or, come on, Logan. I groan, just get on your motorcycle. Logan sprints out of the front door, panting in his boxers and muscle shirt. Aye. He gasps for breath. Let me get dressed first. He drops to one knee. Shuffles chased me through the house. Logan whimpers. Why do we keep that cat? I snicker, just go put on a pair of pants and a t-shirt and meet me back out here. I ruffle his hair and pull him up by the arm. Quickly. Chop chop. Time is money and money means drinks. I clap my hands and push him to the door. But the cat. Oh, I hum, just give him some food and he'll be distracted for a few seconds. Now go. The kids will be in the city any second. But instead of going through the front door like a normal person, Logan busts through the windows. Oh my goodness. I facepalm and turn to Optimus. I climb into the front seat. Just go. But your brother. He has a driver's license and can find his way to base. I huff, strapping myself with the seat belt. Optimus pulls out of the driveway, turning up the radio. I recognize the song immediately. Were you listening to my music? There's a long pause from Optimus, before he says maybe. He quickly switches to another station. And who? He's playing Luke Bryan. Turn it up. I cheer, shaking my shoulders. This is my jam. I snap my fingers with the beat, smiling. What is it? Did he just ask that? Hell no. Only the best male country singer ever, Luke Bryan. I scoff. That's My Kinda Night is my favorite of his songs. I smile widely, dancing in my seat. We follow the road out to base, and the doors open up. Hey guys! I shout, stepping out of the front seat. Guess who's going out tonight? This gal. I thub to Miss Leff, shaking my hips a tad. Sweet. Maiko laughs. Where ya going? Oh, just out with some friends. Your friends are cool. Maiko yells. Where ya going? I point out. We're just going out to a couple of clubs and maybe a bar or two. But you're underage. Not in Animalia, I ain't. I smirk, drinking ages 15 and they only serve adrenaline in the ones we are going to. I wave down to her, plus, Animalians hardly ever have alcohol. It's just a bunch of substitutes and a buttload of sugar. I grin, sending a flirty wink her way. Count me in. Maiko runs down the steps, jogging next to me. When your friend's coming? In a few minutes. I shrug, checking my phone again. Oh. I perk up, almost forgot. Optimus, you, the other bots and my brother are going to be watching my kids for the afternoon. I look up to him, putting a hand on my hip. Wait. He protests. Your brother coming here too? How long are you going to be gone? 8 hours. A groan choruses through the room. Oh come on, I scoff. My brother isn't that bad. He hasn't seen the kids in a long time and they were just begging to hang out with you guys again. I had to make some compromise. I cross my arms, tapping my fingers on my elbow. Optimus has a wary look on his face as he thinks. Molly, you know we don't mind watching over your children, he starts, but things haven't been going so well with your brother. Oh my god, that was a one-time thing. I throw my hands into the air. I swear he isn't always blowing a hole in his gut. I put my hands up in a defensive manner, even though I sort of agree. Molly, Jack fainted. Maiko deadpans. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to Logan. I stick my tongue out. One time his head partially detached from his neck after sword fighting. Raphael and Jack scream from behind me and everyone else winces at the image. Yeah, try having to sew that back together, because it ain't easy keeping a 10-pound head still. Stop it. Jack shrieks, stuffing his head into a pillow. I snicker. Oh, year 5 was not the best year for me. I hum, feeling a bit nostalgic. Maiko taps me on the shoulder. Didn't you learn about? Yep. I sigh. Logan didn't really know how to take care of a child. I laugh nervously, scratching the back of my head. Oh, kindergarten. How I do not miss you. The alarm goes off multiple times in 1 minute. There is a man on a motorcycle outside and 8 heat signatures up on the roof. Ratchet alerts, pulling up the cameras. Oh, wait. Now there is a black truck outside as well. I punch Maiko's arm. Let Logan in the truck in. Keep the kids waiting. I instruct. Wait, is that my truck? I turn around, seeing 3 headlights. I rush over to the truck and knock on the window. Becca. Why the hell did you take my truck? The window rolls down and I see the familiar face of a bobcat with a grinning android in the passenger seat. Well, it's not like we were going to take the Suburban. Rebecca laughs. And your keys were still in the door, so we took the chance. Yep. Amy giggles. Everyone fits in the bed of the truck. I look to the back and sigh. Hey Molly. The 5 other girls in the back chorus. A small, furry head pokes out from the truck, with huge ears. Yo girl. Felice calls out, you ready to go or what? The fennec fox laughs, taking a swig of some odd non-alcoholic drink. She opens her caramel eyes and spots Maiko. Oh, who's your friend? She yips, I love her hair. Her small tail wags. Maiko's face lights up. Have fun. She smiles, dragging my arm to the tailgate. I jump onto the truck and high-five Audrey. We grab Maiko's arm and tug her up onto the truck and we all sit down on the sides. Bye, guys. I wave as we drive out of base. They'll be alright, right? I turn to Megan. She shrugs and hands me a drink. Your kids aren't that bad, she says in her Aussie accent. But, hey, at least they aren't black tips like me, or those two boys would be torn to shreds. She laughs. Oh please. Adi rolls her green eyes. All your species do is nibble toes, says the deer with antlers. I thought only dudes have those. Oh Logan stares as the truck zips out of base. What? No, don't die? He mutters, crossing his arms. Great, now I have to stay here. Dune. Get your worthless tail over here. Logan's face flashes true terror before he groans. Teenagers. He whines, and climb up to the couch. Garnet. You scratched my wing. Dune races into the room, grinning mischievously. I didn't do anything. He sings, landing on the floor. Garnet soars into the room as well, pissed as hell. You aren't supposed to touch somebody's horns. She roars. It's humiliating. The dragonet stamps her claw and lunges towards the sand wing. Garnet slams her brother to the ground and starts clawing at his snout. Optimus steps forward to try to intervene. Let them go at it. Logan laughs. They're dragons after all. It's first blood or submission. Optimus looks down at him with a confused expression. It takes a few seconds for him to finally back away as the two children tackle each other to the ground. Optimus. Hibiscus curls around his neck and starts jumping on his helm. How have you been? We've been great. Hey, here's Mum. Your head is cold. I feel like a giant on your head. Is there any snacks? I'm hungry. Optimus chuckles and lifts his arm up to pick her off of his head. Hello to you too, Hibiscus. He greets, setting her on his shoulder. Your mother just left with her friends and I don't think we have any food. Optimus smiles, scratching under her chin. Something heavy causes Optimus to tip backwards, almost falling. Hi Optimus. A small voice chirps, and a tiny ice ewing perks his head over Optimus' shoulder. Hello, Hale. Optimus laughs, picking the small dragonet by his wing claws and setting him on the other shoulder. You wouldn't happen to know why your brother and sister are fighting, would you? Stingray flies onto the floor, ruffling his wings. Dune took a risk and stroked up on Garnet's horns. Hibiscus and Hale gasp and snicker. Optimus raises an eyebrow at the two. What's so funny? Dragon horns are an erogenous zone for dragons and drakes alike. Grove explains as she swoops down onto Optimus' shoulder. They are very sensitive to touch and what's the word? She snaps her talons. It's on the tip of my tongue. Tender, darling. Hibiscus purrs with sophistication. Tender is the word you are looking for. I'll take bio from here, thank you. She smiles and continues on the explanation. The longer the horn, the more sensitive it gets. Garnet has just had a new layer of bone on her horns and it is really soft. Dune is just a jerk and decided to go for it. The sunny yellow dragonet gestures to her fighting siblings and laughs. Darkdot and Eclipse enter the room as silent as owls, their dark scales making them look like shadows. Eclipse glances around while shifting her pitch-black scales. A scarf donned her neck and a gold collar wraps around the higher part of her neck. It is sparkled with purple gems that are cut into smooth ovals and circles, each with a star in the middle. She is the only one out all the dragonets that is wearing anything. Her violet eyes catch on Ratchet, and Eclipse perks up. In a split second, she is wrapped around Ratchet's neck and watching him work. Ratchet stiffens up. Yuh! Stingray gulps. Ratchet. I know, he mumbles, relaxing. Optimus laughs. I have never seen anyone take such an interest in Ratchet's work. Grove. Dark Tort calls out to his sister, you forgot your bag. He holds up a messenger bag, filled to the top with scrolls, quills and inkwells, books and data pads. Oh, my project. Grove perks up and climbs down Optimus' arm. She grabs the satchel and moves to a part of the room where she can be undisturbed from the rustle and tussle of the still fighting dragons. Okay, Optimus barks. Dune and Garnet look up, Garnet's hand slowly releasing pressure off of Dune's head. That's enough. Optimus scolds them both in a stern tone. Dune, what you did was inappropriate and invaded Garnet's space. Garnet, the way you reacted was unacceptable and was not necessary. Fighting each other isn't going to solve anything, especially over such a small thing. The Skywing and Sandwing look down in shame. They have never been told off by someone like this except by their mother. Yes, sir. They both say in unison, Dune rubbing his arm with his wing. Garnet's ruff puffs out in annoyance and she walks away. By the stars. Hyle mutters into Optimus' audio receptor. Garnet never backs away from a fight. Even after the first blood. He pats his claws in anxiety and curls up tighter. You must have intimidated her. Optimus raises an eyebrow. Intimidate? Have she never been disciplined before? She has, she just has never not snapped back before. Optimus looks around, searching for the owner of the voice. Don't fret. I'll keep out of your head when I don't want to talk. But your thoughts are one of the loudest in the room. Optimus turns to the mute dragoness, the main gem on her collar glowing softly. She tilts her head curiously. Do you really think of our mother like that? That is so sweet. I mean, I've heard what she says about you. She truly admires you, you know. Now that I think of it, I can see you two together. Eclipse blinks softly, a small smile wisping on her face. Don't worry, she winks, I won't tell. And with that, she turns back to watch Ratchet work. Optimus tries his hardest to keep his face from heating up and he internally face palms. Great, her daughter knows. I heard that. Eclipse glares at him through the corner of her dark eyes. Be careful with what you say, dear Prime. Because I am the eyes and ear of the court. Her voice rings in his head. I listen to any and all, for treason, plots and ideas. Though I may be mute, my voice carries forth to my mother. Anything you say or even think can be held against you in your trials. Trials? Optimus thinks. What trials? Eclipse's voice sighs deeply in his head. You will find out, soon enough, dear Prime. Optimus looks back at the hybrid with unease, before something taps on his head. Optimi you are us, Hibiscus whines. I'm hungry. She rolls onto her back and groans. You're hungry? Dune groans, I could eat a whole elephant. Tusks and all. All the other dragonets chatter in agreement, well, of course except for Eclipse. She rolls her eyes from all the complaining. Optimus shakes his head. We do not have any food here for you. His optics catch Logan, who hasn't even tried to interact with his nieces and nephews. But your uncle might be willing to go and get you some food. Optimus states, internally smirking. Logan shoots upright. Wait, what? He turns his head, before being tackled by a mass of scales. Uncle Logan. We've missed you. Would you really get us food? How's the academy doing? Seriously though, I'm hungry. Okay, settle down. Logan chuckles, poking his head up from the huddle. I'll go get you some food. He laughs, dusting himself off. Now, what would it be for lunch? Pizza. Ice cream. Hamburgers. Cake. Logan's face goes from humorous to annoyed. Is that all your mother feeds you? Nope. Stingray chirps. All we've been fed for the past 2 years is things we catch from hunting. Everyone gags, Hibiscus looking green. Draco wouldn't let us even smoke the meat. Grove whimpers from her corner. I threw up before even eating it. Dark Tort groans. looking sick. Eclipse scoffs silently and takes out a strip of paper. She throws it down to Logan in a crumpled up ball, hitting him in the head. "Hey!" he shouts, looking up to her. Eclipse nods to the list and shrugs. Logan eyes her carefully and uncrumbles the paper. He mumbles each item on the list and stuffs it into his jean pocket. "Got it, be back in a bit." He walks down to his bike and starts it up. The kids watch with curiosity as Logan whirs out of base. Grove giggles and grabs the quill. She dips the brown feather into the dark ink and moves to a tan parchment. There's an outline of a map on the parchment, cursive letters titling the map and a compass rose in the corner. "Hale," she asks, "where does the Spirit Brook begin?" Hale looks up in thought. The Aquarius Spring, close to the border on Europe. Center of the kingdom and runs through the mountain range and ends in the coves. Grove nods and draws a small shape on one side and a squiggly line from one end of the map to the other. Optimus kneels down to the floor, looking over the Mudwing's shoulder. "What are you working on?" he asks, gazing down at the piece of parchment. "A geography project for my global studies class." Grove hums, titling the river. "I was lucky enough to get Animalia as the topic." "You got Animalia?" Dune asks in a surprised manner. "I got Dishortia." He frowns. "Ugh," Garnet growls, "the vampire capital of the world." She pulls her lips up in a snarl. Arcee looks to Optimus. "Wasn't that one suitor from there?" she asks. Optimus growls lowly, remembering how he wanted to drive the lowlife away from Molly. Hibiscus and Garnet look at each other in a giggling expression. "You mean the Carthbane?" Garnet laughs. "He was such a wimp." Her tail flicks over his claws as she sits down gracefully. "When we flew over Dishortia, the Empire was busting out to joint and was talking smack about Mother. We took care of that quickly." Darkdot and Hale look at each other with a smirk, snickering. Hibiscus stalks over to Darkdot, lifting a claw. "Tag. You're it." She squeaks and flies off. Hale scatters away from his brother, laughing. "Ah, come on." Darkdot whines, chasing after Hale. They swerve round the room, hot on each other's tail. "Get over here, Hale." Darkdot laughs merrily. Hale dashes up to the medical berth. Crunch. Hale freezes and lifts up his back leg. "Oops." He winces, backing away from the instrument. "I needed that." Ratchet shouts, making Eclipse lose her balance and almost fall over. Garnet gets up at the shouting and glides over to Hale's side. "Three moons, don't get your panties in a twist over something easily fixed." She waves her claw around and picks up the odd tool. Her throat glows and a puff of fire explodes from her mouth. The metal heats up quickly and softens. Garnet takes it in both hands and straightens it out. "Hale," she hands it over to him. "Do your thing." Hale smiles and breathes in deeply. He blows out deadly frost, careful not to get Garnet's hands. The tool cools down, and it is tip-top shape again. "Here." Garnet hands it over. "Try to leave your things in places where they can't be broken." She fakes smiles and glides back down to the floor. Ratchet stares at his tool with his optics wide. "Where were they when Bulkhead broke all my stuff?" he whispers, slowly turning back to his typing. The growl of the motorcycle echoes from the hall, and Logan drives back in with a trailer behind him. "I can't believe you eat this much." He laughs, stepping off of the bike. "Okay, I have the 8 large pizzas, 9 different types of ice cream, the 10 things of vanilla frosting, 12 boxes of Velveeta mac and cheese cups, and 15 cookie dough rolls." He lists them all out. "Did I miss anything?" "Nope." Darkdot yips, taking the trailer off of the bike. Garnet trots to the trailer and picks up the hot pizzas. These smell good." She breathes in, savoring the smell of fresh pizza. "Okay, let's eat." Dune is the first to get to the boxes, sniffing through each one as saliva dribbles from his mouth. Where's the barbecue? He asks, lifting the tops. At the bottom. Logan says, climbing back up to the couch. He sits in the chair next to it, and Jack and Ruff watch the kids tipple over each other. Who had the jalapenos, olives and bacon? Garnet asks, looking behind her. Me. Grove jumps up and snatches the box. Garnet picks up the next pizza. Hibiscus, here is your pineapple with feta cheese and banana peppers. She hands it over to her sunny yellow sister. Pepperoni and tomatoes? Mine, Dark Dot shouts. Pepperoni, mushrooms, and chicken? Oh, that's mine. Hale perks up. Onions, sardines, and tuna? Stingray, get your disgusting pile of slop away from me. Garnet lurches, trying her best not to breath. After the stench is away from her, she grabs her mountain-style pizza of only peppers and spicy sausage. Optimus looks to Eclipse, who is peacefully perched on Ratchet's shoulder once again. Does Eclipse have anything to eat? He asks Garnet. The red dragoness eyes him with gold eyes and swallows her bite. She and DT usually share a pizza, since Dark Dot doesn't eat much. Garnet says, popping another slice into her mouth. She looks up to Eclipse and sighs. What I'd give to be like Eclipse. She whispers, almost silent, downcasting her eyes. Optimus sits down next to her. Why don't you join your brothers and sisters? He asks, gesturing to the little circle. Garnet looks to it longingly and shakes her head. They're too cheerful. I'd ruin the mood. She takes a bite from her pizza, chewing it slowly. Optimus raises an eyebrow. And you are so sure of this? Look, Garnet asserts, I'm not like my siblings. I'm a bit more rough. I'm sure you realize that. She gives him a glare and looks back down. Besides, I can't talk to my mom about it. I have a reputation. But Eclipse, she's Mother's right hand. Mom always says that she is the smartest out of the bunch and everyone knows she is going to be chosen to be the heir while we are members of the court. She says in a mocking tone. A single tear sizzles on her cheek as she keeps her stone-cold glare at the floor. Optimus' optics soften, she feels like a disappointment. He rests his hand next to his side and tries his best to be comforting. Your mother says you like history. Garnet scoffs. Yeah, I'm such a nerd. Her wings ruffle in irritation. Do you have a point? She spoke very high of you when you and your siblings were on the video chat. Garnet freezes. She said that even if you didn't show it, you are still very lovable after you get through the tough part of your personality. Optimus smiles. In fact, you remind me of your mother. Garnet perks up at this, her gaze at the floor softening. Optimus and Garnet turn around towards the wall. The wall shifts. Are you seriously eavesdropping, Hibiscus? Garnet groans. The form of the yellow dragonet appears on the wall and the color returns to her scales. I couldn't help it. Hibiscus whines, turning bright pink and different shades of magenta. You two were talking and I was bored so I just was like, let's go over there. She flips over on her back, booed. Garnet snorts. Her sister frowns and jumps onto her feet. Hey, Garnet. Do you have a date for the ball? The Skywing looks away with a scoff. Of course I do. She smiles, she's a friend at school. Do you mean Nara? Dune snorts, the blind dragoness? Garnet growls at him, she's actually really smart and kind. Unlike some people. I have a partner for the ball. Garnet's eyes widen and her tail stands straight. You? She chokes. Have a partner for the ball? Garnet sits up with raised eyebrows. Hibiscus nods smugly, her wings turning back to yellow. How? Oh, I do too. Stingray laughs, walking to Hibiscus' side. The pair looks at each other and Hibiscus giggles. Garnet looks between the two. We're going with each other as siblings. Stingray smirks, flaring his ruff. What? Garnet draws. It's not uncommon. Hibiscus chirps, a lot of dragons do it. Grove gets up and walks over to the tiny gathering, and it's practical too. She looks at her claws. If we don't have a partner for at least 2 dances, you aren't allowed to participate in the Christmas festival. And I want candy. Dune mumbles, tapping his claws. But girls are gross. He sticks his tongue out and gags. Babes are like a bad song. Once you get 'em stuck in your head, you can't get them out again. Yeah. Darkdot and Hale agree. Why do we have to be so different? Hibiscus sighs. Girls get along with each other. Boys stand up for themselves. Stingray protests. Girls share. Boys take what's theirs. Dune huffs. Boys won't listen. Garnet groans and flops on her back. All they want to do is talk. Hale rolls his eyes. They like to moon ya. No we don't. Eclipse laughs as she and the rest of the bots watch their predicament. Giggling and gossiping. Darkdot scoffs. Fighting and farting. Dresses and bracelets. Boogars and bugs. Ice skating. Dog piles. Synchronized swimming. And try to get them to sit still. The girls chorus. Boys. You. Girls. Blech. And the worst thing of all. Garnet shouts. They smell weird. All the kids shudder. Jack and Raph laugh out loud, stuffing their faces into pillows to keep from turning into a giggling mess. RC, Bumblebee and Bulkhead chuckle. Speaking of the Halloween ball. Hibiscus smiles, and her colors go from yellow to black and white. A bone pattern spreads across her body like a skeleton. The spaces with no bones are dark black. Her face has a blank of white, but then, it splatters with delicate designs of flowers and roses. How do I look? She twirls around, showing off her scales. I think I'm going to have my scales like this during the dance. Oh, Grove fawns. I love the roses. Hibiscus smiles and changes back to her original color. Optimus laughs, but one question is still on his processors. What is this Halloween ball? He asks, resting a hand on his knee. Hibiscus lights up and flies into the air. Only the biggest and bestest party ever. Third biggest. Garnet corrects, first is the coronation anniversary and second is the Dragon's Grand Moon Ball, where they celebrate the first blue moon of the year. Hibiscus laughs and spins around in the air. It has all the best music, the best dances, the best food. Everything. She uses her tail to pick up a tablet. It's almost like a huge masquerade party. She clicks through it, flipping through videos and pictures. I wonder if Mom and General Sobek are going together this year? Stingray ponders. They make wonderful dance partners. Optimus growls, Sobek this, Sobek that. He so much as lay a scale on her I will. He frowns and looks at Eclipse. No, unfortunately. Darkdot laughs nervously. He decided to go alone this year. Garnet and Stingray look to each other in shock, but that means suitors can ask her. Stingray breathes, gulping. Grove shakes her head, but I thought Mother. She only banned the council from sending in suitors. Garnet explains sternly, but they can still come on their own accords. I can't believe she took the deal. Logan growls, she could have made her own life without this. It's all right. Dune shrugs, Mom always turns them down. She hasn't found one suitor she likes. His tail curls over his back. She can't have somebody who is not even mature enough to control a team of 5, much less a kingdom. And the Queen usually betroths to the General, Hibiscus says in a sing-song voice. Just look at the past 200 years. The kids all glare at Hibiscus. What? Did you seriously just say that? Stingray asks, dumbfounded. Sure, Mom and Sobek are friends, but she wouldn't ever betroth to him. And why's that? Ain't it obvious? Garnet hisses and whispers into Hibiscus's ear. Hibiscus's green eyes widen, no way. Yep. Their eyes start to Optimus quickly, then back to each other. They suppress a giggle and smile. Optimus tilts his head. My, is he as confused smile. Grove rolls her head. An idea sprouts in her mind and she bolts up. Are you going to be at the ball? She asks Optimus, jumping onto his shoulder. Optimus freezes without a thought. Well, why your mother? Hibiscus laughs, he's flustered. She crawls up onto his shoulder and rests her snout on her claws. Jack sits straight up, and runs to the railing. Optimus, get over here, he says through closed teeth. Optimus stands up, approaching the rail. Yes, Jack? You need to ask Molly to that ball. What? Jack puts a finger to his lip, shush, and yes. Why? Optimus asks. Do you really want to see her dancing with someone else? Optimus tenses, irritation brewing in his chest. Whoever tries to will have to go through me first. That's what I thought. Jack smirks. The girls snicker behind Optimus, hearing every word. Dune rolls his eyes and mutters, girls. He struts over to where the teens and Logan are, peeking over their shoulders. Say, he smirks, you wouldn't happen to have any horror movies, would you? Oh no. Logan stands up. Your mother said specifically in the note not to let you watch scary movies. But Uncle Logan, what harm is it? Logan glares at the Sandwing, slowly picking up 3 DVD cases. We have Paranormal Activity, The Exorcist and The Blair Witch Project. He smirks, holding them out like cards. You know, if you're man enough. Dune smirks, taking the bet. They put Paranormal Activity on first, projecting it from one of Grove's tablets. Are you sure your mother would approve of this? Optimus asks, Hibiscus, Hale and Grove all snuggling up next to his neck. PSSH, Dune laughs. Of course. He waves Optimus off, just start the movie. 1 hour in. The kids shiver as they slowly eat their ice cream in anxiety. They clutch to Optimus tightly, somehow managing to fit on his shoulders. Optimus. Darkdot whispers, I told him this was a bad idea. Eclipse buries her head into Ratchet's shoulders, peeking out to see the screen once in a while. RC and Bumblebee try their best to not look away, but end up shrieking at each jump scare. Bulkhead is cowering in the corner, and Jack and Raph are hiding up bundles of blankets. Logan has music playing on his iPhone, keeping it loud enough so he can't hear the screaming. And poor Optimus. Humans have such a dark imagination. He shivers, but cannot take his optics off of the movie. It goes like this for another 4 hours, before Bulkhead faints. Make it stop. Stingray screams, make it stop. Optimus rushes to turn it off, and the screen goes blank. His voice wavers, still in shock. Why would humans make such a traumatizing product of entertainment? He shudders, leaning on the wall. His spark is racing at million miles an hour, and Molly is going to have a lot of explaining to do when she gets back. Poor Dune. He is clutching his wings to make a cocoon around himself. I am sorry. He stutters, his nose poking out. Garnet is comforting Hibiscus. Her small, young sister shivering in fear. Okay kids. Logan sighs, unplugging the earbuds from his ears that haven't been playing any music. Time to go to bed. What? The 7 shriek. How can we after that? Garnet yells, holding Hibiscus protectively. Yeah, no way. Stingray squeaks, hiding under his tail. Logan frowns and sighs, it's almost midnight. You need rest. But Mum's not. Bed. Now. Logan crosses his arms. The dragonets pout and glide to the corner of the room. Garnet mumbles profanity, then Grove slaps her upside the head with her wing. Optimus watches as they curl around each other for comfort, still shaken in shock. I don't believe it is wisest to leave them to fend for their own minds after that. He huffs, looking back to Logan. And for once, I agree. Optimus' eyes widen. Did he just say? But Molly's rules must to be followed. It helps her, knowing she at least has some control. He says, his voice hitching. He sits down with a puff, drifting off into a much-needed sleep. Prime steps away, cocking his head to the side. Too tired to walk to his birthroom, he sits down and leans onto the wall. Something small taps his shoulder weakly. He turns around, freezing. Optimus? Garnet whimpers, the other dragonets close by her. We don't want to sleep. Hibiscus pokes her head from Garnet's back. I don't want to be possessed. She cries, burying her snout into Garnet's neck. Garnet hushes her gently, curling her tail around Hibiscus's wing. Hibiscus pulls away and glides to Optimus's shoulder. You are a protector, right? All the other dragons curl onto his shoulders, sticking together for warmth. Eclipse returns to Ratchet, curling up like a cat. Garnet is the last to get comfortable, keeping herself round Hibiscus like a dragon does to its horde. It makes sense, though. Hibiscus is the right color. Optimus smiles softly, and succumbs to rest from the exhaustion. The soft hum and white lights fill the drive-in hallway. I'm back. Molly chuckles, leaping off of her bike. The girls crashed at my place for the night, so she notices Optimus and the kids. She frowns. Logan let them watch a horror film, didn't he? 3 of them. RC shudders. Molly rubs her face. Well, she hums, smiling. They didn't cause too much trouble, did they? She asks Ratchet. Eclipse perks up, rubbing her eyes. She looks to Molly and smiles. You are lucky to know Optimus, Mother. She nods. He'll make a great father. Molly freezes, her face reddening to the same shade as a pepper. Are you all right? Raph asks, yawing. Molly slowly nods her head and walks over to Optimus. Hey. She whispers, opening her wings up. Optimus, wake up. Huh? He mutters, opening his optics groggily. Molly laughs. I'm back. She smiles, and gazes down at her kids. You know, they never really had someone other than me to look up to. Molly sighs, folding her wings up. Optimus closes his optics again. Really? But don't they have their uncles? Molly raises an eyebrow. You really think they would look up to Draco and Logan? Nope. Molly giggles and curls up on Optimus's chest. I'm tired. She yawns, closing her eyes. Good night and don't try to move too much. Sure. Optimus smiles, watching her fall asleep. But if any of them start to fight, take them off. He replies, returning to stasis.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys want to watch more like it, please subscribe to my channel and become part of the video game fanfiction plot. And please leave a comment down below and hit that like button. If you guys have any suggestions on any stories you guys want me to read, don't hesitate. They're always welcome here in the video game fanfic plot. That also goes for video games. Until next time, goodbye!